Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Helzie here from SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net with a sneak peek preview of the new January mini catalogue. So today I'm sneak peek previewing the Sentimental Swirls photopolymer stamp set. Love this stamp set. There are 27 stamps in it, so when you get it, you don't know which one to start with. The biggest decision with this one is which stamp to first put on your block. Okay, as always, these stamps will be available from www.SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net from the 4th of January. So look out for that. If you spend £45 or more, you can earn a free celebration item. Right, my grid paper's a bit messy today because I'm watercolouring. Yes, I am. I am making these cute little gift tags and a matching coordinating card from this set. These are so easy and simple to make. Let me tell you what you're going to need. You're going to need your shimmery white cardstock. So I can tell you what sizes these are. It is 10 centimetres by 14.3 centimetres, and then this one here is 4.5 centimetres by 10 centimetres. Okay, the stamps you're going to need is this one just here, this one just here, and the butterfly. Any sort of open stamps will work, so you can use any of these ones. You know, up to you, but those are the three that I have gone with. So here they are. I'm just going to pop them onto some blocks because, you know, I'm prepared as always. Okay, the colours I have used with these cards are Pool Party, Fresh Freesia and Crushed Curry, and you're going to need some separate blocks for each. So I have got a separate block for each colour as well, so that I can create my watercolour palette. Right, so I'm just going to start off with the Fresh Freesia one because that's actually the bigger of the stamps, and it's easier to start off with the biggest one because then you know what space you've got for the little ones, where if you start off with the little ones you might not have enough space to fit the big one in at the end. So I'm just going to ink that up and I'm just going to stamp it all over completely randomly. No rhyme, no reason, no logic. All over this. You can use watercolour cardstock. You can't use basic white. It doesn't work fantastically well for watercolouring because it goes thin and it starts to scag. But you can use shimmery white for this, which is what I'm using. And shimmery white, if you can just see, has got this gorgeous sort of shimmer on it, obviously shimmery white, and it looks beautiful. Right, so once you've done that with a Fresh Freesia, you want to bring in the blank block, stamp it into your ink, and this is where you want to get watercolour in. So I'm going to use my spritzer to add some water onto my block, and then I'm going to bring in my water aqua marker, water marker. That thing, this one just here, I'm using the medium size one. I'm going to mix all that up on the palette, and then I'm just going to add the colour to my flowers. Like that. You'll notice that I am most certainly not staying in the lines. If you stay in the lines, you don't get this cool sort of splodge effect, which I just love. Very unlike me, normally I'm a tidy person, not when I'm watercolouring. I love splodges. And also I love it where it goes from dark to light. So what I would recommend is keep running around the edge of your block because that's where the darker colour will be, away from where the water is. Grab a bit of that and pop it in so you actually get different colour variants as well on this. Keep going. Now you have two options. If you run out of ink, you can wipe your block and go again with digging it into the colour, or if you do have the re-inker for these colours, so I have the re-inker for Fresh Freesia here, You can just pop a dot from the re-inker onto your block and mix it in with the water that's already on there and get going. So it's a bit darker because I put the re-inker in. That's fine. I'm just going to go around the bits I did earlier and add that in. Now, if you want it to go lighter than what you've done with the re-inker, just add more water and mix. Then you can go over it and spread it all out again. Okay, you can build up the colour by going over and over. There's no limit to the amount of times you can keep adding the colour on top and getting a darker shade. The one thing I will tell you with watercolouring is it always dries darker, trust me, than it is on the card. Sorry, lighter than it is on the card. It's always darker when you put it on when it's wet. It dries lighter. Okay. Now, if you'd finished now, you could wait for it to dry, or you can use your heat gun to dry it off. I am just going to go straight on to the next stamp and the next colour. So I'm just going to pop that onto my chamois, and I'm going to just wipe out. So I've just used this and I've just wiped it on my chamois like that to get it clean. Okay, the next colour I'm going in for is Pool Party. As I said, start with the largest, work your way down. So I'm now going on to the Pool Party flower, and I'm just going to stamp that a few times onto each bit too. Okay, wherever there's a gap, just get it on. There we go. Exactly the same, grab your ink or grab your block, stamp it in. So you've got the Pool Party on there. Use your spritzer. Grab your water marker and off we go. Now this one, I'm literally just doing a circle over. That's what I've done on these and it looked really nice. So I'm sort of just doing it again. That started to go a bit dark because my water's ran out. So I'm just going to pop a bit more water in. Now it's up to you. You can either spray it with the water from the spritzer, or you can push on the aqua marker and get some water to come out of the nib of that. So many different ways you can watercolour. And I have done a whole watercolouring series for January. So this is not only just a sneak peek of the catalogue. I'm just wiping my marker out, my paintbrush out. So this isn't just a sneak peek for January. This is actually a sneak peek of the techniques as well. I've got about 4 or 5 different watercolours to come to you over January already scheduled. So look out for those. Make sure you're subscribed. And now I'm just using crushed curry for my butterfly. Now, crushed curry was definitely the darkest colour of the palette. As you can see, it really pops out the card. So I'm not putting as many of it on because I don't want it to take over the card. I just wanted the colour that it brings. But like I said, it does bring a lot of colour. So it's always nice to have one dominant colour, but just try not to use that as much. Otherwise, you know, you're going to lose the rest of the detail. And also you're best leaving it to the end because then your aqua marker can have a proper wash out under the tap, which is much more effective than sort of using the chamois. Okay, do you know what? I think I actually, after saying don't use the butterfly as much, I think I want another one on the card. There we go. Pop that to the side. What I do once I've done watercolouring is I put all the blocks and the aqua markers straight into one of our old fat cases, and then I literally just throw the whole thing in the sink and wash it all down because it does get really dirty. I'm going to use my heat gun like I told you earlier just to get all of this dry, and then we can start assembling. Very handy a very handy hint with when you're doing the drying with your heat gun is to make sure you dry straight onto the card so that it keeps the colour where it is. If you dry to the sides, if you held the heat gun sort of here and aimed it from the side, the water would shoot up it, which again looks beautiful, but is not the technique I'm going for with this card. Okay, so now I have a piece of basic black cardstock that is 5 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters, and then I have a black card base. So this is 10.5 centimeters A4 cardstock folded in half at 14.8 centimeters. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Tombow. I prefer using Tombow for watercolour because it makes the whole card stick. When you use watercolour, sometimes your card can bow, which is no problem, but it is when you come to sticking it down because you'll have bits lifted off and everything. So I just use Tombow, and then I can put it over the entire back of the card and stick it all down in one go, like that, and give it time to dry in place. And then this one here for the tag. Now you're going to notice something when I stick this down. It's fine, don't panic, but you'll notice I'm going to stick this at the top. And you'll notice that at the bottom, that's a bit too long. I knew it was going to be, so I just brought my snips with me, ready to snip it. I thought what I'd done is, because I'd forgotten that this goes all the way to the top, so you put it on so it's got a base, but you keep it up here so it goes all the way to the top. And as I cut it, I realised as I was going through, you haven't done that and people are going to think you're a bit balmy. It's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this into the fancy label punch to make me a, well, sorry, the tag topper punch, so I can make me a tag. Have I gone through? I'm not sure I did. Did I go through? I did. Not. There we are, through now. Ah, I didn't go through quite there. I thought there was something strange when I pushed it. I'm at a standing desk, and if I put too much weight on it to push, it wobbles. So I'm always a bit scared of doing that. But there's sort of the top of the tag. Okay. I now have the For You sentiment from the stamp set. So there's 4 stamp sentiments. Happy birthday, thank you, hello, and for you. I am using the For You. I'm going to stamp one on there, and I'm doing it in Memento, and one on there, sort of wherever there's a gap in between the watercolours. For this one here, I'm going to be using the Shimmery Pool Party sheer ribbon. So I'm just going to loop it over like that. And then just push that through the hole. Pull it through. Catch it with your fingers, and there is your tag. You can then just tidy that up if that's a bit too long. There you go. And then to finish it off, I've got our rhinestones. I'm just going to pick up the smaller rhinestones at the bottom, and I'm going to pop one in the center of each of the Fresh Freesia flowers. And what do you think? How quick, simple, easy, but very effective was that? Matching card, matching tag for a present, sorted. I love it. Everything I have used today is available from SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net as of the 4th of January. The new catalogue goes available then. The basics such as the ribbon, the inks, the watermarkers, dimensionals and papers, they're all available now, but the stamp set joins us on the 4th. Everything from the 4th onwards, if you spend over £45 or more in my store, gets you a free celebration goodie, so don't miss out on that. What do you think? Today's sneak peek preview of a up and coming stamp set, the Sentimental Swirls. Thanks everybody for joining me. My store is SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Please do subscribe and pop back again soon, and also check out the other sneak peek previews that will be available up until the 4th of January. Thanks everybody, I will see you soon. Bye. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. All items that I have used on this video are available to purchase from my store, www.SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Alternatively, if you would like a copy of our catalogues, please send me an email to slimandstylish@live.co.uk or leave me a comment below and I'll get in touch with you. I upload regular content to this channel, so if you do enjoy watching my tutorials, please make sure that you have subscribed and rang the bell to get notifications when new videos go live. Thank you for joining me and have a lovely day.